everybody. Welcome to the half hour of power. I'm Joe, and Brandon is here. Brandon!
Yes, sir.
Brandon, the new co host for the half hour of power. We drink to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. No, oh, wait,
All
wait,
right.
nope, 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 no way. It
Brandon's been on
blended in with the brick walls, red. What? I should have expected that.
yeah, Brick. Yeah, Brandon's been on quite a few shows. He's been on quite a few live streams, and um, why not make him the co host?
Yeah, and I do appreciate you offering me the position. I know Jesse was great co-host, and he was a great man, and it's some big shoes to fill. So
Yes, but you were a trainer, so
yes, sir. Yes, I was. I was a very, very, very. I even trained Jesse back in the day.
you trained Jesse, and
And he ran
some
away.
he
He
did.
ran.
Some
He ran away.
people know what we're talking about, and
Yeah, some people.
some people do. So you see, my buddy behind me there,
Yeah, who's that guy in that nice fancy velvet red suit back there?
Nicolas Cage there. So Jesse and I did one show on this when we first heard about this, and we thought it was a great idea that Nicolas Cage was going to play Dracula
Hmm.
in the horror comedy Renfield. What did you think about that, Brandon, when you heard about that?
When I heard about it, I didn't believe it was true. Actually, I thought it was just like the Nicolas Cage playing Superman.
Well, that well, those are true. So that photo there actually is Nicolas Cage in costume, makeup, unless that's a joke. I don't know. So we've got this article we were kind of looking at from my favorite Screen Rant, the greatest, top notch, best, well written articles of all time. Every sentence is chock full of complete thoughts. It's a complete sentence. They make perfect sense every single time. It's amazing. And this article is no exception. I mean, top notch writing here. I mean, I don't know why any other website about movies tries anything with Screen Rant out there with how amazing they are. And did
Yeah,
I lay that on too thick, Brandon?
way too thick. Screen Rant. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, some things just don't make any sense when I read it. Sometimes I'm
So
like, wait,
you love Screen Rant just as much as I do.
I give it a 5 star.
You do, you do. You give it a 5 star.
I give it a 5 star.
Let's bring this article up so we can kind of dig into this. I have to, don't I?
Yes, you do.
All right. All right.
Oh, Clear
Oh
Eye.
no! Look what I've done. I've started in the middle.
Yeah,
That's the way Screen Rant articles read. Sometimes they feel like, where is the beginning of this article? And then you get to the end and you go, all right, there's nothing else there. What is it? There we go. So
oh my goodness.
why Nicolas
Oh,
Cage's
hey.
Dracula movie will avoid the Dark Universe's failure? Huh?
I
Did
didn't
I
believe
miss
it.
something, Brandon? Is this Renfield movie a part of the Dark Universe? I thought that was defunct.
Yeah, it is. It has nothing even to do with the Dark Universe at all.
Oh, so why is Jordan Williams writing about that?
Because Jordan Williams don't know what he's talking about.
Let's see. Jordan Williams is the author. What does Jordan Williams write about? Movie and TV feature senior staff writer, graduated from University of Oregon.
Oh,
Blah
well,
blah
well,
blah blah.
that says it all right
Well, it's a
there.
bunch of different articles, all right, not just horror. Those are always my favorite when they say their favorite thing is horror, and then you read their horror articles and you question if they're even horror fans. Okay.
Well,
Well,
usually it's
Jordan
only
can get a
one
pass
article.
because she wrote this goofy Nicolas Cage article, rather Dracula Renfield article. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, you ready to dig into this? Let's look at this. So, I
Oh
think you
boy.
actually read this whole article before I did because
Well, I got
I had to
halfway through
stop
it.
and take a nap and stop my brain from
I got halfway through
most
it
of my brain
because
is gone already, so I just have to stop the rest of the brain from going.
well, okay, so look, I read like three paragraphs of this and then I had to stop because I had to check myself because certain things that wrote in here I had to think, well, was that part of the dark universe or what? And it was just and you even called me out on it. You was like, "No, that's not true." I was like, "Oh,
Yeah, so yeah, you were reading it and you said something and I said, "Well, you shouldn't know that because that's not true." So, but the
that's
person
right.
writing this article should know that. So let's get into this. So,
Let's go."
Nicolas Cage, Dracula horror comedy Renfield. So, let me just say right here at this part of the article here, this is not a adaptation of the novel Dracula. So, right there I give those movies more of a pass than the movies based on this that say they're based on the novel. So this movie, from me, gets a big pass already. So I don't expect the novel. Does that make any sense?
Yes, that makes sense.
Okay,
That makes
so
sense.
pretty much at this point they can do whatever the hell they want, and I don't
Right.
really. It's not going to bother me that much unless within the context of the movie it's stupid to me. So
Hmm.
or doesn't make sense. So, okay, so it's set to avoid the failures of the Dark Universe, which fell short when trying to use the iconic vampire to launch its franchise. Well, that's not true. They didn't try to launch the franchise with Dracula, so I don't know why she would say that.
Hmm.
Nicolas Cage was born to play Dracula, I guess. I don't know. Was he?
Hmm.
I think he'll be fine as Dracula, and I'd actually be more interested in seeing him playing Dracula
Hmm.
in an adaptation of the novel. How about you?
Huh?
Yeah, and I know the article hurt you. It did.
Mm. Yeah. Um. What was the question again?
I know. Let's
Cause
move on. We'll just skip
yeah,
that. I
cause
know it
that's
hurt your.
that's.
This screen rant hurts everyone's brains.
Oh my God. I had
So,
that. Oh.
so here you go with Renfield, which will approach the classic story from a new perspective of the vampires. And they love this word, titular. All right, so how do you say that word right, Brandon? Because I didn't say it right. Titular. How do you say it right?
It's
Go on.
I
You don't want to say it either because you've read it in so many flippin' articles because they can't think of other words.
so
Titular is how I say it from now on.
is
So
that in
if
the
you want
dictionary though? Is that in the dictionary?
I
Titular?
don't know. It's Screen Rant. Anything goes in Screen Rant.
It must be a new way of writing, you know.
I know you when you come across it in articles now about movies, your brain probably shuts off and you don't read it anymore because
Well,
they use it all the time.
well, it says vampires titular henchmen.
Yeah. So you don't
Are
want to
they,
say the word right either. So I don't blame
so
you, and
are,
I'm not gonna say it right.
are they saying trying to say like popular henchmen? Maybe.
Don't stop thinking about it.
Or are they
Just
trying to
stop it.
say, you know, a nice talented henchman? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe
Just,
they put them together
just
and they was
don't.
trying to say, you know, talent
You
popular.
don't want to say
Maybe.
it right, do you? I don't want to say it right either. But I
So-
might check it and see.
Particular.
See, now you got me one. I gotta look it up. So, here you go. Zit. There it is. Let's see.
What we got? Let's see that.
Titular.
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 You hear that?
Yeah.
Titular.
Titular. Which one is
See,
it?
I didn't want to say it right. Okay.
Titular.
Titular. So
Titular.
titular is how I'll say it. So, the definition here, is holding or constituting a purely formal position or title without any real authority. So,
Okay. First of all,
denoting a person or thing from whom or which the name of an artistic work or similar is taken. So they use that word all the time. So just run with it, all right?
I will. But who actually says that?
Screen Rant, Game Rant. Let's see. Any other Collider, Cinema Blend, anything bounding into comics, Movie Web, Movie Hole, anything writing about movies. I think these people are all in the same room together in some way, and they there's some chat room. I don't mean physically in the same room together because I think they would all die.
They
because
zoom in it. They zoom.
Yeah, they're zooming stuff, because they don't leave their house. I
They're
don't leave
zoomies.
my house unless I have to, so which is every day because I have to go to work,
Right. Trust me.
like
it
just
sucks.
like you.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's go here. So
All right.
it's told from a new perspective of Renfield. Renfield follows the 2020s The Invisible Man in reviving Universal Classic Monsters characters with new adaptations, seemingly attempting to undo the failures of the Dark Universe. So, are you telling me, Jordan Williams, that they are just making all of these in mind with going, we are not going to do the same wrongs that the Mummy did? Because the Mummy really is the start of the Dark Universe when they tried to do that.
There was, yes.
The Invisible Man. Did you see that?
Oh yeah, great movie. It was a great movie.
I didn't watch it.
You didn't watch The Invisible Man?
No, I've heard good things about it. You know what I wanted to see?
What's that?
A flippin' adaptation of the flippin' book, The Invisible Man, that frickin' Universal made in 1932. You can't do that? You guys can't do that? No, we can't do that. We're not going to do that. So I'll watch it someday, but once I get that out of my head that, that's not what it should be, I'm not going to. Well, the movie's not even a remake. It's not even an adaptation of the novel. It's just a movie with an invisible. Why did you call it Hollow Man 2? That's what the Hollow Man was.
That is true. That is really true. Well, I put now that you say that, it didn't even match up with none of the Dark Universe or any of the Universal Monsters, Invisible Men, or anything anyway. Even if they try to put a modern twist on it. So
no, it's just. I mean, and like I said, I haven't seen it. I'm not criticizing the movie itself at all because I haven't seen it. So
that was a great movie. I do say that for the movie. It was
you would
great.
recommend it, and I've heard lots of other people recommend it, and I will watch it someday. So
you'll watch it when it come on a TV episode or something, and you're like, "Oh, I caught this on TV. All right."
I might watch it. Well, that will never happen again. So maybe I'll never. I don't know. I'll watch it sometime. So let's go. Let's go here. So while the connections were played down afterward, Universal attempted to kickstart the Dark Universe with Dracula Untold. No, it didn't. Now, I remember that when that movie came out.
Right.
Did you go see that when that came out?
No.
I remember that there was kind of, and I didn't see anything from the filmmakers that I recall that this was starting an interconnected Universal monster universe. I didn't recall seeing it. I just saw speculation by the likes of like Screen Rant, Movie Hole, Movie Web, those types of, Collider, all of those things, doing that back then. And I wasn't sure they were going to do it. I thought it was a pretty decent movie. It was pretty good. And again, it was not trying to tell the story of the novel.
No.
So I give it a lot of leeway. And what did you think of it?
I loved it. To be honest, that movie been out for a long time, and I actually finally seen that movie like a few weeks ago.
Wow, you're getting ready for the show, and this is a show we didn't really know we were going to do. We just kind of were talking and looking
Yeah,
around. Oh, let's do this. Okay, yeah, we can do that.
yeah. It's
Okay.
funny because the way how Dracula Untold ended, you thought it would be a sequel coming out soon, but I guess it didn't do that great in the box office or something like that,
Yeah,
and it
I,
wasn't
I pulled
connected.
up the gross for that. So it had an estimated budget, according to Box Office Mojo,
Hmm.
70. All right. Um,
Wow.
and it made 56 domestic,
Ooh.
160 international. So worldwide, estimated 217.
Okay, okay, okay.
So
Well,
worldwide,
international.
it made its budget back worldwide,
All
and
right.
then some. So that's okay. But I guess that wasn't enough because I guess in 2010 they only cared about domestic, and then somewhere around 2012 or so they started yelling about international. They didn't care about it that much, or they didn't write about it that much. So, but anyway, there you go.
Yeah.
Which for a movie like that, I think that's pretty good. It had a decent cast. It was about as his kingdom is being threatened by the Turks, young Prince Vlad Tepes must become a monster feared by his own people in order to obtain the power needed to protect his family and the families of his kingdom. That's right. That's how Vlad Tepes became Dracula. So, and it was okay. It was decent. It's not a biopic of Vlad Tepes. So there you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. Yeah. The movie was pretty great, and like I said, I like the way how it played out. I like the ending of it, and then it was just I was so hyped up to see a second sequel to it, and now honestly, I can say that if they would have if they would have came out with Dracula Untold first and put it in a dark universe, I think that probably would have been a big Kickstarter for that universe.
It could have been, and it ended in a way that they could have done it if they wanted to. Because that's
Right.
what I thought. I was like, I don't know if they're going to do that with this at the time, but they could do it if they wanted to, and they didn't do it. They did it with something else. They tried it with something else, and that was the Mummy. With who's in it? Some guy that's got at this time he's got like the number one movie.
Oh, yeah.
What is that guy's name? I mean, it's a
Eh,
sequel to a movie that came out in the 80s, a forgotten decade that nobody really talks about anymore.
Boy, who you telling? 80s
Who's
just don't exist anymore.
oh, let me see.
Oh, didn't he play? Didn't he like race a car? Didn't he race a car?
Yeah, he did that. He went far and away at one point
Oh, damn.
because he wanted to make cocktails. And that was
Oh,
a lot of risky business, but
a
he
lot
was
of risky
firm about it.
business. He was definitely firm about it.
I mean, he was a legend.
Mmm.
What is that? Let me pull that up there. Oh, it's the Mummy with Tom Cruise.
Get out of here.
I knew.
That is impossible.
I know. Okay, yeah. So this Dracula Untold came out in 2014. Okay, so the Mummy came out in 2017. It was a summer movie. Dracula Untold came out in October, where we are in 2014. The Mummy came out, yeah, in June of 2017. It
Mm.
had an estimated budget of 125. It had an opening of 31, and it ended its domestic run with 80 and ended its whole run with 409.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah. Did you see The Mummy?
Yes.
Okay, so that one I didn't expect much from it, honestly. So I kind of liked it,
Yeah,
but it's not a great movie. I know that, but I kind of liked it.
I like the concept
Um,
of it.
I'm gonna say this too. It is way better than the 1999 Mummy. That movie is terrible. That is so bad.
Is it because of Brandon Fraser? Is that what it is?
No, it's because it's just really bad. It's just really, really bad. I actually think the second Mummy is better.
Ew, really?
Yes, it's better because that Mummy, the 1999 Mummy, is a remake and is a straight. It's supposed to be a straight up remake of the Boris Karloff Mummy, which was a mistake. They shouldn't have done that. That was you just make another Mummy movie. That's all you do. You don't remake that movie. You can't do it. Wait a minute. You think they should have?
Okay, so I like the first Mummy. I like the first Mummy more than I like the second Mummy.
Huh?
Yeah.
I will take that second Mummy
Oh
with
God.
a weird scorpion-looking
Rock.
And I like the second one because it was its own thing. It wasn't a remake of the first one, so I got to separate myself from that, you know.
True, true, true.
And that one guy, Brendan Fraser, should have just chopped his head off. I just snap his neck. You know the guy I'm talking about.
Mm.
Snap his neck and throw him aside. That's it. And Brendan Fraser, at that time, he could have done it with one of his hands. I mean, you're talking about Encino Man right there. He's strong.
Yes, yes. Oh, good old Casino. You know,
Yeah.
it'd be funny if they remake that too.
Well, they're talking about a revival that I read. Okay, so let's
No, I was just
now
joking.
let's go back into the article here. Let's see if we can. Should we do it?
Yeah, because we're not done with you, Miss Johnson.
Damn it! All right. All right. Okay. So we just got into the first sentence. So, while the film performed well at the box office, Dracula Untold was panned by critics alike. Was panned by critics alike. Was panned by critics. What?
I
What does
think they
that
meant to
mean?
say. I think they meant to say canned.
Shouldn't it say it was panned by critics and audiences alike? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you want to write it that way, that's fine. With its Dark Universe follow-up, The Mummy, not faring any better. Tom Cruise's 2017 movie, The Mummy, debuted as a critical and a box office failure, with the studio then canceling the Dark Universe plans. However, as established by the success of 2020's The Invisible Man, Renfield's Dracula story isn't apt to repeat the Dark Universe blunders. Really? You really think that? Is that what you really think there? Scream
So
that?
wait.
You think that? So this has
Oh.
nothing to do with the Dark Universe. They're not trying to do the Dark Universe, so it won't repeat their blunders. Thanks. Thanks for that. Aren't you
You know-
excited about that, Brandon?
Yeah. Woohoo!
I'm so
sure.
glad they wrote that out like that for us. Thank you. All
Yeah.
right, let's finish
that's
this thing. Let's finish this article.
Yeah.
Because it's almost done.
Are you sure? 'Cause I think I need to see like 2 more
I don't know.
paragraphs.
I mean, that could have been the last paragraph, but it's not. Or
It's definitely not.
Renfield is taking Universal monster movies down a new modern avenue with its horror comedy tone. That's not new. They've been set in modern era, so go watch some horror movies there. With the director, writers, and an all-star cast giving a leg up to the Dark Universe's Dracula venture. The biggest asset is Nicolas Cage, a role he has. Okay, yeah. Even Renfield's promise somehow fails to entice audiences. The idea of Nicolas Cage will be playing the most iconic, unhinged vampire villain of all time is engaging enough to bring audiences back to theaters. Renfield also won't be taking himself as seriously as the Dark Universe's Dracula Untold, which allows the movie to truly dive into both the camp and the dark aspects of Dracula's character. Dracula's character doesn't have camp. Wait. I'm thinking about the book. I'm sorry.
Jeez Louise.
I know you can't do it either. You can't stand it, can you?
No, I really can't. I'm really hurting myself reading. I'm kind of reading ahead of you. So
All right, let's look at the next one. Let's see. Is there another paragraph?
yeah, there's another one after this
Oh,
one.
come on. Oh, jeez. Come on. Okay, here we go. The story of Dracula has been told in. See, there you go. There you go. There it is. Innumerably since Bram Stoker's 1897 novel. Well, they got that right. It came out in 1897, and Bram Stoker wrote it. Not Bram Stoker,
Or choker.
as some people say, with the classic vampire never failing to pique an audience interest. Yeah, he does fail that sometimes. So, while Dracula Untold was an interesting attempt at an origin story for the vampire, which has been done 2 or 3 times before, they've done that already. So, it wasn't really that interesting, but it was a decent movie. Renfield brings a much more engaging concept to the character. Really? Let's make another flippin' Dracula comedy, but we'll call it Renfield and have Renfield at the center. That's more engaging. What does that mean, Brandon? What does that mean?
That means it's gonna be dumb.
Oh my God. Oh, that's probably true.
It's gonna be dumb. You remember that vampire movie with Jim Carrey? Do you remember that?
I do. Once bitten.
I have a feeling it's gonna be like that.
Maybe, and I mean, I think this movie will probably be entertaining and hopefully funny.
Okay, so that's just like oh, it's gonna bug me now. What is the name?
Just let it all out. Let's finish this up here. You'll think about it here in a second. Not only is Dracula not the title character, but Renfield also finally places the character in a modern day setting. Finally, because they've never ever made any Dracula movies in the modern times. Thank God.
Oh, wait, wasn't there a movie called Dracula 2000?
Just stop it. I mean, stop. This is Screen Rant. They hurt themselves. Okay, so this is the last one. While Nicolas Cage's Dracula, will it be enough to bring back audiences? Renfield isn't another of the actor's odd indie films or an eccentric project that primarily rely on his name for marketing. Rather, Renfield boasts an impressive cast of today's accomplished comedic actors.
Really?
Yeah, so Nicholas Hoult, the 2 movies I remember him in ain't comedies, so I don't know.
Well, no, Raising Arizona was a comedy.
I don't remember Nicholas Hoult in Raising Arizona. Was he in that?
Yeah, she's the main person in the movie.
Nicholas Hoult?
Nicolas
Not
Cage.
Nicolas Cage. Nicholas Hoult, the guy playing Renfield. Hoult.
Oh, well, okay.
Well, I mean, you saw Mad Max, right? The last Mad Max movie, he's in that.
Oh.
And he played the Beast he played the young Beast in the X-Men.
Oh, really?
So, I mean, I guess that one's a comedy. I don't know. But yeah, Nicholas Hoult. That's crazy that they have the Nicolas Cage, Nicholas Hoult. Let's make them have the same names. Ben Schwartz.
But it's
I
just
see him in
Nicolas Hoult
that.
as Redfield.
Yeah, Nicholas Hoult is Renfield.
But I thought Nicolas Cage is Renfield.
Nicolas Cage is Dracula. And I know because we're trying to read a Screen Rant article, everybody. It hurts our brains. It twists our brains up, and it hurts them. So
Oh, Jesus Christ.
everybody is having sympathy for you, Brandon. They're all
I'm dying over here. I'm literally
Yes.
dying.
yes. So, and let's see. Shang-Chi's Aquafina as a traffic cop. Great. Renfield
Wow.
also. You got to have traffic cops in movies. I'm sick and tired of all these movies with traffic and no traffic cops.
They still need traffic
So, I mean,
cops.
you see that? Real life right there. Real life.
Jesus Christ.
I know, I know. While Renfield isn't set to premiere until April 2023, the movie has already established itself with enough originality and enticing concepts to avoid Dark Universe's Dracula mistakes. Oh, oh, I think part of my brain fell out of my head.
That's the end, right? That was the end. Thank God.
That is the end, yeah.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah, my head hurts.
That hurt my brain.
Let's get that out of there. So,
Yeah,
we tried to
yeah.
go over some of the things that we thought were wrong with this article, and the main thing being that unless I missed it somehow, Dracula Untold is not the beginning of the Dark Universe. It's just a separate movie.
Right. I don't even think it was
And
never Universal, was it?
it was. And that's one of the reasons the speculation was going, because that's when the whole cinematic. Now, I've always said this about the original Universal monster movies.
Hmm.
In my mind, and it could be debatable, that is the very first interconnected cinematic universe, is those movies. What do you think?
Yeah,
So you got Dracula, you got the Mummy, you got the Wolfman. And when you watch those movies, you got Frankenstein's monster. And they made a couple of these mashup movies, House of Frankenstein, House of Dracula. Any one of those movies, any one of those characters could appear in any one of those movies and they wouldn't seem out of place at all.
That's true.
You know what I mean? You
true.
watch Frankenstein meets the Wolfman with Lon Chaney Jr. and
Yeah, I remember that. That's when I had to
Bela
watch all
Lugosi.
those. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not out of place, and
No.
they're all set in modern day at the time. So the 1931 Dracula takes place in 1931,
Yes.
and Renfield was in modern day. So eat it, Screen Rant. Eat
I
it.
don't get. I just don't understand the whole. First of all, it's too many paragraphs for.
For a Screen Rant article, that is like a Stephen King novel. How many paragraphs there are?
I mean, they should have put number one and number two and number three. They normally know for that bullet point
Yeah.
wise.
Yeah. Now
Uh,
the other thing is, I think where they went wrong with that Mummy is they tried to make an interconnected cinematic universe.
it's because it's the whole Marvel universe connecting.
Yeah,
And
screw
Universal
you,
try to
Marvel.
jump for that.
Screw you. Oh yes, I've watched many of them and enjoy many of them, but screw you guys.
The
Because
Doctor
see,
Strange.
I think that's where they mess up. These types of movies when they go, okay, we got to do it now. Well, I don't know if they sat around in the 30s going, we got to make it so the Wolfman can appear in a Frankenstein movie and not seem out of place. We got to make it so, you know what I'm saying? I don't think they did that. I think they just made movies.
Well, and that's the thing. Like we talked about this before. People just don't make movies to make movies anymore. They got to get with a trend.
Yeah, they're just, and that's sad. I mean, they cost so much money to make.
I mean, that's why one. That's why one. DC universe wasn't doing so well because they tried to copy off of that brand. They could have just left it alone. They could have kept Men of Steel. You know, as a standalone Superman movie and build up on that with the Batmans, but no, they wanted to build it together. You had the Man of Steel, then you got Batman vs Superman,
Now,
and then
now, Brandon, I don't know if we talked about
Justice
this,
League.
but with that, Batman v Superman is actually Man of Steel 2.
We have
It
you have
is.
mentioned that. Yes, yes.
Yeah, it is. And Justice League is actually Man of Steel 3 because Zack Snyder's plan was that the first, Man of Steel, then the second one was There's supposed to be like 6 movies.
Oh.
and it was all like a Superman story, the whole thing.
Mm.
But I didn't read anything about it until after Batman v Superman underwhelmed at the box office. Which, when you look at the numbers, it didn't underwhelm. But it, you know what I mean? None of that stuff
Yeah.
came out. He didn't say any of this after Man of Steel. Nobody talked about it, and everybody kept saying, "Why aren't they copying Marvel?"
And that's what I was talking about. Everybody was pushing that, and that was not what he was trying to do. It was like,
Exactly. Yeah.
oh, Wonder Woman. Oh, yeah, we got to put that in there and connect that to this. And she was, then you
Yeah.
got Wonder Woman 88, 84, 88, 84. And then you're like,
Yeah.
okay. You're like, wait, was it 84, 86?
Who cares? But it was 84. Wait,
Oh, okay.
maybe it was 86. I saw it once and it was okay.
Trust me, I saw it once and that was it.
Uh,
That was it.
So there you go. Now the Mummy. Yeah, the Mummy. He met Dr. Jekyll, right?
Yes.
Was it Russell Crowe playing Dr. Jekyll?
Yes.
That's
He met-
another thing, because Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde wasn't a part of the Universal monster movies.
You know, it's like they was trying to do the League of Extinguished Gentlemen.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what
like
it seemed like.
I thought that was kind of interesting, but that character should have been the Invisible Man.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you bring that in and you go, okay, we're gonna use a character that's not even a part of the Universal Classic monster movies. Okay, why can't it be Griffin from the Invisible Man or something? You know, just. But
You know what? That would have been nice. Straight up.
yeah,
Invisible Man. Or hell, he could have been a Wolfman matter on top of
yeah,
that.
it could have been that. They could have just cut that whole thing out and just made another movie, and then have the characters kind of interact in some way. Just kind of, they're there. I mean, who cares? Have Tom Cruise hunting the creature from the Black Lagoon in the next one. I don't care.
Mm.
That's all you do, and then have the Mummy show up or something. I don't know. The Mummy. I
Screen
know
Rant
that's
is
what a lot of
boring me.
people did when they watched that Mummy movie. They yawned just like that.
Honestly, I love that movie. It was pretty good. I liked the concept of it, but yeah, was kind of blown away on how it ended. So
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. I don't really know what else. What more can we say? We covered everything, I think.
uh, as much as we can, just they didn't really, whatever. I'm
As
really
much as
tired of Screen Rant.
as much as you could cover a Screen Rant article. So.
Yeah, I could talk more. I could talk more about Vampire Untold, Dracula Untold, and Screen Rant is just made my head hurt.
Well, we can revisit Dracula Untold at some point. Jesse and I did do a show on that when it came out.
Oh, okay, cool. Dark Shadows. That's what the freak it was.
Dark Shadows?
Johnny Depp playing what's the name off of Dark
Oh,
Shadows?
Barnabas Collins.
Barnabas. There we go.
You know what? I've not seen that. I've seen the original show, and I've seen the revival in the 90s, but I never saw the Tim Burton Dark Shadows. And Tim Burton's one of my very favorite directors. I'm going to watch it because it's Tim Burton. But I'm scared too because
When are you gonna watch it?
Huh?
When are you gonna watch it?
When?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to talk about it, don't you?
Well, dude, because I'm telling you, when you watch it, yeah, you should watch it.
Damn it. Does that mean I'm going to change my Tim Burton worst movie order? Is that what it is?
Oh yeah.
You telling me it's worse than Planet of the Apes?
I'm
No
gonna let you watch
way.
it. I'm gonna let you watch
Are
it.
you telling me it's worse than Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
I'm gonna let you watch it.
There's no way it's worse than Planet of the Apes. It's
Okay.
probably slightly better than Planet of the Apes and worse than Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It's probably the second worst movie.
Wait, you didn't like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
No, wasn't
I
that
did.
good.
I liked it.
Well, you can like it all you want. It's not
It
very
had,
good.
it had Christopher Lee in it. He played the doctor. He was
I
a
know he was in it. I mean, I like the cast. The movie looks amazing. I mean, like with all Tim Burton movies.
Of course.
I mean, even Planet of the Apes is the set design's amazing. It's Tim Burton. So
I put like this. I put like
anyway,
this. You have to watch it. I like it. And I watched the original one that used to come on PBS.
very good, very good. Okay, so I will watch that at some point, and we'll talk about it. But I don't know how. So I think we've covered everything, and we've gone off on a tangent. So you're welcome.
Yeah.
So there we are. We have half hour of power with the new co-host Brandon. Thanks everybody for watching.
Thank you guys.
Check out the podcast. And if you like what you see, I guess we're supposed to be saying this stuff.
Oh, is it that like
What are you
and
supposed to
subscribe?
say if they like? You're supposed to say like and subscribe, right?
Yeah, like and subscribe. Give us the thumb
Like
up.
and subscribe if you like what you see.
Oh,
You
they
can be in
say-
charge of that. You say that better.
Yeah, I can do that. Hit the thumbs up below.
All right. We'll see you all next time.